gentlemen, boys and girls, we are the Millie Goats. It is episode 205. It is February 2nd, 2025, and it is National Crepes Day. Crepes, National Crepes.
Wow, you know those best.
I forgot about that.
You are the crepe master.
Unintentionally, the greatest story of all time. There's nothing. I mean, the only point about going and doing stuff with your friends is so that you can have stories to tell people.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you hang out with your friends, there's a winner and a loser. Now, you can argue that both of you win because you get to hang out with each other, but
True.
Undoubtedly, somebody will make a mistake, and therefore they become the butt of the joke the whole time the friends are hanging out.
Yep. And that one particular trip, it happened to be me because I was there. I had been on a run of making probably the greatest pancakes, probably in the history of mankind, of just the crispiness of the edges, the perfect height of the pancake itself. Some people like them really thin. Some people like them thick. I mean, I was just on an all-time heater. And so I had been verbalizing this heater to the group chat before our rendezvous. And then I get up to our friend's house, and the pancake mix is different. The altitude's different. The ingredients aren't the same. And basically, I choked on the road. There's no way around it.
I mean, you're basically the guy who says, "Yeah, I shot a 76 the other day when I was playing by myself." And when you show up to play, you're shooting 96. I mean, the pancakes that you made that day looked like those thin pretzel chips that you can buy now in the blue bag. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's what
Snack
that's
Factory.
what that
Snack
was.
Factory, not a sponsor.
That was the width of your pancakes that day.
They didn't even look. They look like, the egg white omelets that you get, that you can get. They used to sell at Subway. They're like, oh, here's this fake egg white omelet that we're
Well, I don't think I've
for
ever
you.
ordered an egg omelet at Subway ever.
Well, it looks like a white Frisbee, and that's what the pancakes look. They had no brown. I mean, they look like big, flat, circular oysters is what they look like.
Thinking of how thick a Frisbee is, that's generous for calling it what that is.
Dude, it was bad. So the obvious pivot at that point was I thought you guys like crepes. So that was obvious. I mean, you guys say you're so fancy all the time. I know Kilgore, shout out Kilgore. I guess he's coming on Wednesday.
So he says.
Yes, that's what he says. So, but anyways, National Crepes Day. There's a belief that catching the crepe in a frying pan after tossing it in the air with your right hand and holding a gold coin in your left would make you rich that year. So that's not me telling you that. That's what the internet says. So
flip with the right.
Flip with the right, gold coin in the left, but you got to catch it with the right hand in the pan again.
How else would you catch it?
I don't know. I'm not a crepe master. So
well, you could be.
I could be, but I'm not. Okay.
I've always thought it was, maybe I don't grease the pan up enough. I always thought it was tough to flip.
What, a pancake?
I'm not a good flipper. I mean, I can with a spatula, but
you can't. So if you're making like hibachi or stir fry or something, you can't.
I do it on the.
That's true.
Yeah, I do it on the.
Let's say you're making some potatoes and some sausage in a pan, and you can't like.
I don't do it that way.
It's all about risk control, dude. Well, it's all about risk control.
Now I could do it with my left hand.
Thank you for those who are listening to the podcast. If you hear us yelling about stuff from the comments, it's because we film in front of a live audience. Hit the subscribe and the share button and all that stuff and the ratings. We've noticed a pretty good surge in the podcast numbers lately. I don't know if it's because we're the only ones still going after. You'll find out today on the show that we have no problem coming up with information, right? That's the art of a good show, I think, is that My wife asked me that. She goes, "What are you going to talk about?" It's like,
Man,
what do you mean? What are we going to talk about? We got all kinds of stuff to talk. We don't need people to make stuff for us. Now, Groundhog Day. I mean, we had no football. There's still stuff to talk about. But Groundhog Day, that little rat Phil or whatever his name is, Punxsutawney Phil.
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 He's not a rat.
Whatever. Today was Hedgehog Day too, by the way, which I would love to see the battle between a groundhog and a hedgehog.
Ooh, we need text to see who would win.
Maybe he can answer it. We might have to save our debate too until Tex gets here because I want to hear his answer. People love that last one we did with it's people are still Mr. Country Roads Take My Home text me goes, it's 3 bear what was it? It was he picked the gorillas and the bears. He goes, that's the answer. People are still talking about that.
Why the gorillas though?
I don't know. People like gorillas.
To defend you though?
People really settled on and then I had a lot of people say the rats too.
Yeah, but as we discussed later on when it got brought back to our attention, the 10,000 rats. We also did the graph of what animal you thought that you could win against in a fight, and everybody thought they could beat the rats up. So I don't know why you would pick an animal to defend you if 80% of America thinks that they can beat it up.
Graph pulled up. I really do. But yeah, so oh hey, B McCormick's here. We got to shout out him. He's always on time, B McCormick.
Hey, most on time.
Oh, with the Steelers gear. Let's go.
Is that a Steelers Ravens half and half? Jason Kelsey?
No, he's about to rip into you, dude.
Oh no.
He's about to rip into you. So I just want to say this. I played for the first time. I haven't played golf since last April. It is almost golf season. Let's not lie to ourselves here. Let's accept it head on.
Always be golfing.
Played around yesterday. Walked 18 for the first time. With the neighbor, we rode across the river and played some golf. Walked 18, which was, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of enjoyable. It's a little different pace.
Did you take the boat?
We took his boat. That was pretty cool. So I got some pictures from across the green. I'm like, look at that. That looks cool. I don't know. It's like fanboying over there. It was just weird.
So you took pictures on the way, but you forgot to take pictures when you were playing.
I took pictures when I got to 18 green. I was standing there. Dude, I'm telling you, when you're walking the course and you're playing golf, you don't have time to set up a camera and ask somebody. I've never played with him before. Never played with these guys before. I'm not going to be like, hey, you guys mind filming me while I absolutely nuke this ball off the tee real quick? So, but anyway, so that was the first one. The second time, so it was a nice course too. Good day for golf, mid-60s, walking around here in February. Great job. Awesome. Shout out Matt, listening, I think, maybe, sometimes. Next time was
said he got loose yesterday too.
Yeah, he did.
Driver.
We had a conference call with him last night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
There's no way he was feeling good this morning.
So no, absolutely not. So today was an interesting experience. Went with Country Roads Take Mahomes, playing a little captain's choice, a little different vibe. We get to the course and we're like, oh my gosh. We're about to he's telling about the greens and stuff. He's like, it's a cool place, cool course. We tee off on the first hole. I've never been here. And we get around the bend. It's a dog leg right, like 300 yards, 300 something yards. Get around to the right. The flag stick is in like the left corner end of the fairway, not on the green. And we're like, what is this? The place had unmarked the greens, and we were playing the greens. They had spray painted greens on the fairway because they didn't want us going on the greens, but they didn't tell us about it. They had hole cut and everything in the fairway, spray painted a green on the fairway, and that's how we played. We were like, maybe this is just a one-hole deal. Nope, every single hole.
All 18.
All of them. Hey, and your boy rolled one in from about 40 feet off the green. Well, fairway putt.
I was going to say, you played off the green.
Now everybody's like, "Should we go?" And we're all sitting here like, "No, dude." Like,
Now,
I was gonna.
when you're keeping track of that, if you're out of the tee box onto the fairway, do you say you're on the green and on the green and one?
GIR, dude. I was putting from if I was within 100 yards, I was hitting a putt. I didn't care. It was unbelievable, dude. I had a blast. It was cold, so it was cold, dude. The wind comes off the river and it just rips through your. It just rips through your
Oh
shirt.
yeah,
But so 2 rounds of golf after not playing golf since last April. I was sore. I was tired too.
yeah, using different muscles. You're
That
old,
walking
dude.
thing, dude. That walking thing. I had a blast so today.
You know that you actually play faster when you walk.
I would agree with that because you're not dilly. You're
Yeah,
not dilly down,
you know,
dude.
you're not going to your ball hitting, then going to my ball and hitting, and then going to whoever's ball and hitting. Like everybody goes to their own ball, and then you just hit when you're ready or there. Like you actually play faster walking,
Yeah, you're moving.
but you take out the camaraderie.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of time to like sit in the cart and smoke a cigar,
Yeah,
make fun of the other team, whatever,
shotgun a
yell,
beer.
yeah, like you don't have any time for that. So,
We
I
actually,
guess
well, my daughter wanted to have a birthday party for one of her dolls today.
nice.
So we threw a birthday party for her doll, and some of my neighbors came over, and that's what we were talking about, playing golf. He was like, "Well, we need to play sometime," and we talk about like having some beers or whatever. And my wife's like, "Well, I haven't heard." Like I was like, like what the routine is. And wife's like, "Well, how many? I haven't actually heard how many." And I was like, "Well, you got at least on the light end, because we can't drink 18 beers for 18 holes.
I mean, you
I'm like,
could.
you can, but with the two kids, it's hard. So say on the light end, at least 2 beers for the 9, maybe 3. Then you got to have a beer at the turn and a dog,
Yep.
and you got 2 or 3 on the back. So she's like, "So you mean to tell me?" I was like, "Well, because you always say you had a couple. You always had a couple. In reality, it's at least 7
That's a,
on the light
that's
end."
a, my wife asked me that too. She's like, how many beers we drank? And I was like, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 8. Like that's usually the range. Like
Yeah.
if somebody could make an 8-pack for like, you'd be
Oh, it's perfect.
like that. Maybe that's what we need
I
to do.
mean, 1
8-pack.
beer. I think about 1 beer every 3 holes. It's 6 beers. It's
Yeah, and you're out there for like 4, 5, 6 hours
yeah.
somewhere in there.
You got an okay buzz maybe.
He said
Plus, if
no
you have
amateurs.
one,
I did smoke 2 cigars today. That was nice. That was nice.
you're not
But
supposed to smoke cigars like cigarettes. How fast were you smoking those things?
dude, I didn't take it out of my mouth. One of the guys, I was bent over a putt, dude, just smoked straight in my eyeball. That's why I'm wearing my glasses because my eye contacts got melted from the cigar smoke.
I know a guy.
He's probably gonna be mad too. Hey, what's up, Sport Coin? You're in here. What's going on? All right, we'll talk. But yeah, all right. So we got Super Bowl. We got headlines from sports around the world. We had no football this weekend. We had the Senior Bowl. We had the Pro Bowl, but not real football. We do have one thing from what?
You just said no football. You named 2
Yeah, it
football
was
things, right?
well, we had Justin Tucker news.
Bustin' Tucker.
Justin Tucker, Justin Tucker, Thrustin Tucker, Justin Toucher. Like there was all kinds of names going around. What a bad week that guy had, dude. The funny thing about the Justin Tucker stuff was there were oh, there he goes. Hey, Billy Dogs, Mr. 300. What's that actor's name again? Gerard
Ask
from
BMO.
300. BMO. What's
BMO's Mr. 300.
Gerard? Whatever his name is. Billy Dogs. So yeah, the Justin Tucker thing, dude. That's there's been a lot of internet stuff that's been going on about that. But there were people on the internet that had Gerard Butler. There you go. Gerard Butler. Yes. Yes. There you go. Gerard Butler. That's who you need to be, your avatar. The Justin Tucker tweets of like from 2021, people are like, yeah, Justin Tucker's canceled. And everybody's like, screenshotting them now, and I guess that's the reason why. Because there was some graphic stuff that came out, and we're not really going to read it on this show. So do whatever you want with it. But anyways, Justin Tucker. But okay, here we go. Royal Rumble is this weekend, dude.
Yeah, it was. I stumbled upon it.
I knew it was on, and you sent this picture, and I think this was the highlight of the show. It's a picture from the crowd that says, "Natty or not, still 1890 days since Ohio State beat Michigan."
Ohio State's catching strays, dude.
Still, what did you think of this?
Of the Royal Rumble?
Because I have my own opinions.
I mean, wrestling's. I mean, I think every old person's gonna say wrestling's not what it used to be.
Yeah, that's the cool thing to say.
And you brought it to the. You said it first yesterday. Everybody does the spear now. Although I didn't like the one big dude, Brock Burner, whatever his name is.
Oh my god, dude, that guy's a ripoff Goldberg.
But his spear on the one dude,
on the speed guy.
Yeah. That guy got sent to another planet.
Yeah. What's his name? What was that guy's name?
I Want Speed or something.
No, I know him, but the other guy.
Oh
my gosh, it was Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, yeah.
Just classic meathead guy. Not even really that meathead, dude. I remember when they used to make the meatheads in WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, like it was like that guy's absolutely on all kinds of steroids and stuff. And I didn't care. Now all the guys they look like D1 quarterbacks that don't work out. They all look like Mahomes. It's like, I don't want to see that. I don't know.
I was a little shocked by the winner, though.
Yeah, the Usos. They've been pushing the Usos. It feels like forever.
Well, they're part of the bloodline. Everybody's a part of something now. They're all related. All those guys at the top,
I know.
Basically.
But
I didn't think Cena. I thought they were going to push Cena. I didn't think Cena should won. But it's like, what? Again, I don't watch wrestling anymore, so I'm speaking just completely out of being a casual fan and wondering what the payoff is at WrestleMania if it's Uso versus Cody Rhodes, other than you can bring Roman Reigns in it.
Yeah. Well, The Rock can still hang around too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was gonna be a Samoan versus Cody Rhodes, regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. That one guy with the blue mask, what's his name? Penta or whatever. He was in there forever. So, anyways, there's things you could talk about. There's things that I watched it. I was entertained, and then I was sad.
The ladder match was incredible.
I didn't see the ladder match. I waited till the Rumble.
It was the women's Rumble. Then it was a ladder match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes.
You knew what's her face was going to win that. By the way, there's no way Ashley
Flair came back. She's the biggest draw. She's like scary looking to me.
Not when we went to college with her. I think things have changed significantly. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, so that we had Royal Rumble. You sent this. Shout out to this guy.
That was posted online somewhere, and I saw it, and I was like, I can't tell what type of, because this was on the pay-per-view, I think.
But shout out this guy, dude. I mean,
jean shorts and Timbs. He had the butters on.
I mean, people are like, "What are we gonna do?" Like, this is what you're gonna do. You go, you get back to the grind. You love sports when you're looking at this kind of stuff. Don't come on to this show and think we're not going to talk about sports.
There's entertainment in sports still now that football's down to its last
telling
game.
you. And then we had this at the Senior Bowl. Now, also the Senior Bowl, terrible for Jalen Milroe. I saw a lot of highlights of him trying to complete passes. That was hilarious. But this from On3.
He is who we thought he was?
Yeah. Yes. And somebody's still going to take a chance. Somebody's going to take a chance on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, TCU wide receiver Jack Betch catches a walk-off touchdown at the Senior Bowl. I saw the highlight. His brother, Tiger, was killed in the New Year's Day terrorist attack in New Orleans.
Wow.
So, shout out that guy.
Wow.
That's what sports is all about.
Good for him.
And then currently, what is this? The Clash at Bowman Gray's going on. So you're getting some old school racing right now.
75 laps left, short track. It's interesting, like we were talking about before we came on. There's no pit boxes in the infield, so having to go out of the stadium to do the pits.
I love it. I've been to a few races there, buddy. Bowman Gray. That's a race. That's a racing mecca right there, man.
Now, who plays there? You said it's a football field too. Who plays there? Does anybody?
I don't think anybody plays their home games there.
Oh,
not that I know of. So maybe a high school, but I don't really remember. It's not like Wake Forest or anything, but anywho, okay. Now, I had a little debate that I wanted to put up here. I was going to wait for text. Let's wait for text till we get that.
Okay.
So let's go.
Okay.
Let me pull this down, and we'll go ahead and get into the headlines while we wait for text. I don't know if he's coming or not, but we'll give him a few minutes. So let's hit the salute.
Well, I wasn't ready.
Salute. Okay, here we go. Headlines, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we have 3 headlines. You're going to get a segment from us that we do when football is not on, and it's called 3 Minutes of NBA. And the only reason we're going the only reason we're talking about this is because we had a meme that went bacterial.
Again.
And our show said meme. But Luka Doncic, whatever his name is, got traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and I don't know, some other people. I have no idea. And we made this meme out of this trade. Because we are not NBA guys. I'm not an NBA aficionado. Don't claim to be. Not a big NBA dude. But I know that this was probably a very weird trade. It's blowing Twitter up. Everybody was talking about it. And everybody seemed to think the Dallas Mavericks got fleeced. Sure. No idea. So what we did is we took the Impractical Jokers in the back room and said, okay, now see if the Mavericks will hit the accept on this trade offer. And then it's a picture of the Mavericks accepting the trade offer for Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic. And then it's the picture of the guys laughing hysterically because they can't believe that they fell for it. Your thoughts, Luka to LA, dude.
So, 2 things. The one thing that I'm going to say that's my thought is this is a big win for Wojo.
Ooh.
Because he's out of the game now.
Wojnarowski or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's out of the game now. And there wasn't anybody, no rumors, nothing about this happening. So, time for the new people, the new insiders to step up, put their big boy pants on, and start breaking some stories. Secondly, ask my buddy Spence about this trade because he knows more about the NBA than I do.
Oh, good. Way to get a source. Sources told you.
So if this is incorrect, y'all chase after him and not said Millie Goats.
Sources said, not us.
Luka was up for the Supermax, which would give him 5 years for $325. Dallas couldn't pay him that. And he can't stay in shape to play deep in the playoffs. His conditioning is poor. He's been overweight, like 30 pounds, can't move. He's a defensive liability. Trade is more about Dallas preparing for the future, trying to win now with Kyrie scoring and AD in the paint. AD's a superstar when he plays the 4. He hasn't played the 4 in LA. He's going to play the 4 in Dallas. Also, LA is preparing to go into their post-LeBron era. Kind of a win for both sides.
Okay. I don't know what all that means.
There's your 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. That I also had Jerry Jones was involved somehow. I just made that up, and people seem to like that.
Well, my rebuttal was if Luka can't stay in shape in Dallas, how is he going to stay in shape in LA?
And don't the Lakers stink at defense?
I have no idea.
I don't know. LeBron doesn't play defense anymore, does he? Or somebody? I don't
He
know.
had a triple double last night at the Garden.
Don't they have somebody on their team that doesn't play defense already? I don't remember. I don't know. We don't watch basketball. I just wanted to make a meme because it sounded like everybody thought the Mavericks got fleeced, and this is the perfect fleece meme.
Yes, it is.
Brandon says that's great. He said NBA. Now that's a hot take, man. NBA controlled this trade for ratings. That's a good take. I like that. NBA rigged.
Yeah,
Also,
somebody showed what the Nets got for Kevin Durant, and it's like, looks like a CVS receipt. There's so many trades and picks and everything. And then, what the Mavs got for Luka.
this is me, barely NBA fan. Doesn't LeBron want the ball all the time, and doesn't Luka want the ball all the time?
Luka brings the ball up the court. He's point guard.
I don't. Well, the Los Angeles Lucers or LeBron is what they'll call him. Yeah, that's what they should call him, LeBron. So and then the other one was everybody was yelling about explain this to me in NFL terms, and so everybody's going it's Mahomes for Dak, and it's Lamar for Dak.
No,
somebody said it's Lamar for Burrow.
I disagree. It's like. Yeah, it's like
here's who it is, dude.
It's trading Chris Jones for Josh Allen. Like the Bills are like the Lakers are sending a good defensive player that's also can play, a playmaker to Dallas, and then you're getting another superstar on your team with, people want to argue LeBron's one of the greatest of all time. So you're getting two really good players that play the same, do the same things.
He is. You can't say he's not one of the greatest. People want to argue.
People are arguing about it.
It's not the argument. The argument is he the GOAT or not.
Well, they're arguing that he's one of them.
Well, anyways, I said it was like trading Lamar for Matt Stafford. It's like you got a guy who's in his prime who puts up all the regular season
but
stuff.
They don't. But I'm saying that
Stafford has a championship. He makes a lot of plays. So there you go. And he gets hurt all the time. I said it's Matt Stafford for Lamar.
I think you're getting two people on your team that like to do the same things.
It's
See,
Herbert.
He's going the same way I'm going.
Okay, that's a good comp, Herbert. So Justin Herbert for Myles Garrett. Now that's
the same thing I said, just with different people. Quarterback for Justin Herbert.
Luka's Herbert. And
No,
Anthony Davis is Myles Garrett.
Quarterback for defensive line.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I got you. Okay. Well, anyways, that's way more than 3 minutes. So everybody yell at us because we don't know basketball. We know ball, just not basketball. I mean, you know better than I do, but none of us watch the NBA.
No.
Also, we will get to the pros and cons list for the Philadelphia Eagles and Chiefs. We made a slide for every position, including the coaches and the fans. So stay tuned for that. The next piece of news was, what was it? It was Pro Bowl history was made today. First of all, this is stupid.
What?
This is the field. This is the flag.
End zones. These are like 20-yard end zones.
Yeah, but the field's only like 40 yards long or 50 yards long. That's not the history. I just put that up here so we could talk about it. The NFC had better jerseys, by the way. The AFC got hosed in this. I watched a little bit of it. I had that on in the golf.
Who won?
The NFC. It's
wow, Peyton's 0-3.
Three-peat, dude. NFC
Peyton was drinking beers with Kittle.
I don't want to hear about how the AFC is better anymore. I just don't. It's over, dude.
AFC's best players aren't playing.
It doesn't matter. Neither the NFC's. Josh
Allen and Lamar aren't playing.
This field is stupid, by the way. This is all a test run for the Olympics, see if they can switch people up. It's another way for the NFL to make money in the future. They want to start another league.
there's one way, and we said it before, how to decide who plays in the Olympics in 2028. You take the flag football team that's been playing
Hoosh.
for however long and gotten the United States team into the Olympics, and you play them against the best NFL players that want to play. Whoever wins can represent Team USA.
Agreed. They would, if the NFL wants to make money, do that. Because I would watch that for sure. I'd watch pay-per-view for that. 100%. So, anyways, NFC had the better shirts or jerseys. Nobody wears pads. It's all flags. The NFC had colored jerseys, so they could wear dark colors of their team's jerseys, and the AFC was white. They only had white T-shirts. That was stupid. That's unfair.
Yeah.
So, and then Drake May threw a pick six, and this is basically we want to show that we're really cool by wearing bucket hats and sunglasses, and everybody. It's like the
wow.
It's like the sidelines of an NBA game in the middle of a football field.
Drake May threw a pick six.
He did.
So the Patriots are still beating Peyton Manning.
Throwing 2 pick sixes. Wow. Oh, this is best Pro Bowl moment of all time with Sean Taylor hitting the putter. Agreed.
Yeah. And
100%.
You know who the punter played for?
The Bills. That was Mormon, wasn't it?
Ryan Mormon. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. He also said Jaden Daniels didn't play. So there you go. Whatever with the Pro Bowl. That was my son did. I will say this: my son was very intrigued because he played flag football and he was asking a lot of questions. So
there you go, new audience, dude.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do. Bills, and then here's the. Oh wait, hold on, never mind, not yet. Let me go back. Bills rewrite the rule books again after losing. This is what the Bills do. They lose, and then they want to change the rules. Through 2 playoff losses, this is from Alex Brasky. Through 2 playoff losses to the Chiefs, the Bills have now changed the overtime rule and will potentially change the process of measuring down and distance. Sure, they'd rather have win in both circumstances. The NFL will reportedly consider measuring first downs electronically during the 2025 season. So it's going to be the Bills' fault, after all this work we've done fighting for the chain gang, that we might lose the chain gang.
Hey, you guys asked for this. You and your internet crowd asked for this by making it a big deal.
For making what a big deal?
You guys are all complaining online, yelling online.
I stopped that a long time ago. I did think it was funny how they didn't flag Travis Kelce for taunting, but then they fined him. So clearly it was a penalty.
Yeah, I mean.
But anyways, that was just news. So we're going to have to go back on the grind again for the chain gang.
Twice.
All right. Something we've done before. I'm not worried about it. Okay. I don't know if Tex is coming or not, but we will jump into that debate whenever we have a debate that we did last, and then I have another one today that we made up. And if Tex ever shows up, then we will do that. If not, we'll just save it for the end. And now we're going to go to, let's see what I have. What do we have next? I forgot what I put next. Oh, it is the shambles meter. Yeah, it's the shambles meter. So let's go ahead and hit the football yay.
Football yay.
Okay, here we go, J-Vi. Shambles meter time.
Yeah.
Made by the committee, of course. The committee was diligent in the work that we put into this. And here it is, without further ado. Number 4 of the shambles meter is Cam Newton. This guy, man. Did you see what he said?
I did see what he said.
Okay, so whoops, wrong one. Cam Newton.
Wow, dude.
I put him out of order. Whoops, sorry. Cam Newton was asked by Stephen A. Smith, Cam, if you could give back that league MVP for a Super Bowl, would you do it? And he said no.
Did you hear the rest of his answer?
Yeah, he said that he felt like he did his job. 11 guys are supposed to do their job.
Well,
he did what
I don't know if he knows this, but football is the ultimate team sport.
I mean, dude, This guy, they keep putting cameras in front of his face. He keeps firing off. I respect him for firing off takes all the time.
Hey, do what you got to do to stay relevant.
But man alive, does this guy. So everything that everybody said about him that he was, and he played in the league. We didn't play in the league. And everybody in the league's like, you got to take care of yourself and this and that. And, but it just, that stuff always kind of irks me because it's like, why do you play the game? Initially you play the game for the team, right? Because you're not getting paid. And then you morph into, I'm going to play it for me. And that's when people start to disagree with you. So, and turn against you. And then you're like, well, you don't like me because I'm taking care of myself and my family. And you try to victimize yourself. And it's like, no, dude, what made you and got you where you are today is a lot of people, whether you like it or not, even though you're a great talent, was sacrificing a lot for you. Like all your JUCO buddies, all your guys you played with in college that did the scout team. And, for you to stand up there and say that what you did, it was all about you. And it's just stupid. I think it's stupid. So, shambles me.
The world we live in.
Yeah, he said he was glad he didn't. So, whatever. I think
everybody was shocked. I think everybody in the room was shocked when he said it.
Well, I mean, you ask any of the other veterans that I think who else did they interview? Was it Elvis? No. Who was the quarterback for the Raiders? Rich Gannon?
Yeah, which he referenced.
Yeah.
And Trent Dilfer. He's like, Rich Gannon and Trent Dilfer won Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They probably would say, I'd rather have a Super Bowl than an MVP because they would never have a chance to win the MVP because they weren't the
What
best.
do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's BS. I mean, if you really cared about the dudes in the locker room, then you'd want to win a Super Bowl with them.
Even if you don't believe that.
And that year, like, I get Cam won the MVP, but Cam won the MVP that year, if I'm not mistaken, because of how much they ran the ball and how many touchdowns he had. Like, that defense carried that team. They won a lot of games, like 15-9 that year, I think.
That was the Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis.
Yeah, the defense carried that team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Man, I just can't believe. I'm not surprised.
Nah.
All the stories we've heard about him, but number 3 is the Cowboys on the shambles-o-meter. Because they got body bagged in the community notes.
Bye.
Max Crosby says, I will be a champion. Diamond Eagle, whatever the hell that means. And somebody from Dallas account said, come to Dallas, bro, a franchise that knows how to win. And the community note says, the Cowboys do not know how to win. They have not won a championship since 1996 and have not appeared in an NFC championship game since the same year.
Wow. Love a good community.
That deserves a shambles meter, dude.
Love a good community. Yeah. Is that Dak? Looks like Dak.
It's Dak there, but I don't know who this is.
Life is great, mate.
He's Australian. He's Austrian. Another shrimp on the bobby. It's a lovely accent you have there. I mean, when you get community notes through the grave like that, that's just incredible.
Yes.
Incredible. Oh, they got final lap here?
3 to go. Bye.
Elliott's
been winning the whole time, dude.
Elliott's been winning?
Yeah.
Dude, all these guys, they look the same. Flat bills, big sunglasses, beard. Oh, there you go. Chase Elliott. Number 2 is the Bills' defense, specifically in the playoffs.
Deservedly so.
The Bills in shambles. In the last 5 playoff losses, they've had the worst points per game defense of all time in the Super Bowl area.
Yeah. If you look, there's a graph. There's a graph. If you look, you had to have at least 4 playoff losses to be on the graph. So Josh Allen EPA is the highest by far, but he has the worst defense. Every year the Bills have lost, Josh Allen EPA-wise has been the second best quarterback in the playoffs. And the first was the team that the Bills lost to because the other quarterback was better than Josh that day because our defense has been so bad. I wanted to look it up. I had my notes to look it up because, when they're comparing Andy Reid to Sean McDermott, or Sean McDermott to Andy Reid. How Andy Reid couldn't get it done in Philly. Well, if you look back, who was on Andy Reid's staff in Philly? Sean McDermott. Then you fast forward to the team that we were just talking about, the Panthers. They went to the Super Bowl with Cam Newton, won the MVP. You know who the defense coordinator was for the Panthers that year? Sean McDermott. So now
he can't win the big game.
Nah, he has never won the big game. Ever.
And all these games that they've lost are against the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah. We've gotten like 1 sack on Mahomes in 4 games.
That's what kills me about everybody's like, Mahomes is just cold-blooded. He's got the Bills number and he's got Josh Allen's number. It's like Andy Reid knows what Sean McDermott's going to do because he coached under Andy Reid.
Before Sean McDermott knows what he's going to do.
So,
and you can say in the 4 losses against the Chiefs, it's against 3 different people. You say Leslie Frazier the first year, who's running Sean McDermott's defense. Sean McDermott was calling plays the next time last year when we lost to the Chiefs. And now Bobby Babbage call plays this year for the first time. I don't know. Dude. I don't know. When the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, I don't know. I don't know those years for the Eagles, but I know they went to the NFC Championship a few times. They lost in the Super Bowl, and it was Andy Reid got the blunt end of it. How he couldn't win the big game.
Yeah,
Sean McDermott was on his staff. He was DC maybe 2 years. Again, I don't know the years that correlates, but Sean McDermott was big on that staff.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense now because it's like, 5 playoff losses. It's like, well, they've probably been eliminated by the Chiefs the last 3 or 4 years at least.
They've lost to the Chiefs 4 times in the playoffs. They lost to the Bengals 1 time.
Oh, that's right. That was up in the snow game.
Yeah, after DeMar.
Yep. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. Number 1 on the shambles meter. Okay. Number 1, right up there in the top left. It's Vegas. Why? Because Nevada Sports from BR Betting, I guess Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
Nevada Sports Books reportedly lost a net $2.1 million on football in December.
Wow.
And they said we cooked them. The first losing month of NFL regular season in 12 years.
Let's go.
You are on the shambles meter, Las Vegas. You came at your boys, and you lost.
We had a good record.
So let's turn this thing into a streak. I wonder what January's going to say. Man, we did have a good record. We were over 500. B. McCormick was cooking.
He's always cooking.
That's right. I wish there was a better way to track because after a while I give up on tracking everything.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was the shambles meter. All right, we're going to go ahead and I want to do this Super Bowl preview. Let me pull this out of here because I think that's what we have next I did have some Super Bowl notes, so we'll get to those before we get into the pros and cons. We haven't heard back from Tex, so if anything, we'll save that debate for the end. But let's talk about. We don't have any bets. You didn't have any bets, right?
No. Well, no, I don't have any bets to present today. No.
Yeah, but did you win anything before we switch gears and started?
Yes, I had a very good. Well, yesterday I didn't get to do anything yesterday or today because I didn't venture over to the North State. But yeah, Thursday, Friday had really good days. I'm up $100.
Oh,
2 days.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, very, very good. Hit a couple parlays.
There you go. See, B. McCormick knows. Let's go. Okay. Let's hit the electric chicken music. Give me that guitar. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk Super Bowl. We've talked about it last time. We're going to talk about it this time. We're going to have a special guest for a special breakdown on Wednesday, a guy who's played in 2 Super Bowls, one for the Chiefs, one for the 49ers. Yes, all you people yelling at us that we are Bills fans and Niners fans and we're bitter. Of course we're bitter. Our teams aren't in the playoffs. What are we supposed to be like? Hey, congratulations, Chiefs and Eagles. No, it's just football. These are we're fans.
There's gonna be one time in our life the Niners play the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh. Now we always talk about we're not going to miss it, but I don't care if we're 80 years old. If that's where it's over, that's where it's over. It's got to happen. I think Brock Purdy and Josh Allen are the ones to get us there.
You think?
Brock Purdy for sure. He's already been there. Josh Allen could ever get past Mahomes.
But Brock Purdy's married now.
Speaking of which, good segue right into the Super Bowl, dude. Actually, before that, this was one of the greatest memes I've ever seen. Did you see this?
That's just now. That's hilarious.
I don't know who made this. Hey, there you go.
Touche.
1.5 receptions. D-Hop. That lowered from 3 something earlier in the playoffs. The NFL confirms that linebacker Frankie Louisville will perform the flyover during the national anthem before Super Bowl 59. It's just a picture of, dude. That is a great gift. As people remember from the NFC Championship game, whenever he was flying over the tush push about 4 times in a row. Secondly, more Super Bowl news. This was wild. The Philadelphia Eagles are boarding a plane today for the first time in 71 days since November 24th. It has been over 2 months since they traveled by plane. Philly is on their way to New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's what I wouldn't want to fly anywhere near.
I was gonna say now's not a time to.
I wouldn't want any part of that at all.
No.
There was another plane had to be evacuated today. Did you see that?
Yeah, caught on fire. Yeah.
No, thank you.
God, I'm not going anywhere for a little while.
Nope. And then this piece of news. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. It's over.
Now let me ask you this.
Nope, it's over.
Well, no, let me ask you serious because people always try to debunk our facts by saying, Patrick Mahomes just got married. I think a way that you get maybe forgiven or out of this jinx is if you have the kids before you're married. Because Mahomes had his kid, at least one of them, maybe 2 of them before him and Brittany got married. Saquon has children with this nice young lady. Does it debunk it?
Oh, so you're saying we have to wait to see?
They're also not married yet.
If he went now, look,
You got to be married. You have to be married. You can't just be engaged. You have to be married.
No, you're just saying that because Josh Allen, who, by the way, they're trying to pry him away from football, and his girlfriend or fiance is doing hot, intimate scenes with other actors. Michael B. Jordan that could wear on him. I'm just saying. I saw a report that people are tired of the Kelseys and they want Josh Allen to come start acting. That's not me. Those are other reports.
Yeah, we'll see.
But so you're saying, could Saquon break the curse?
I wouldn't say break the curse. I just think that he is immune to it because he already has kids. Those tough conversations / early years of the kids, he's already past that. So now he just has to figure out how to live and be married to someone and not have other tough conversations. Where somebody like Brock Purdy is having to have tough conversations with his wife about kids along with being newly married. Therefore, his play reflected and they did not make the playoffs.
I don't know. I think they do have kids.
They do.
Yeah, they do. So he's already used to. I see what you're doing. The schedule's already set. Because it's all about schedule. Gotta get your schedule right. Okay. I don't think. Let me see here. So that's just that's some news leading up to it. Now, we have done now everybody's going to go back and do their own Super Bowl, whatever. Who would you draft first? We did a pros and cons. And I think I have like 10 slides here. So we're just going to go through these. Okay. So for the Eagles and the Chiefs, shout out to our graphics department. Here we go. Pros and cons for the fans of each team. Pros for the Eagles fans, they're all good at spelling Eagles, except for one. Cons for the Eagles fans, opposing fans can't go to their stadium. So, Chiefs fans, always prepared. A pro is always prepared with the Chiefs stats online. If you go at the Chiefs online, they will find every holding call that the refs missed. They will find every stat that goes in their favor. They will tell you how Patrick Mahomes won at Texas Tech. They will do all this stuff. So kudos to them, pros for that. Cons, they don't ever realize that it's not personal from other fans. Everybody hates dynasties unless your team is the dynasty. It does not matter who's on the side of your helmet. We don't care. We are allowed to hate you and talk trash because that's what fans do. I don't know why you want us all to accept it. We're all not going to be Chiefs fans. The league would suck if that was the way things were. Thoughts on the pros cons list for the fans? Anything you'd like to add?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think anybody likes either one of these fan bases.
No.
Is that a con or a pro? I don't know.
How do we have background music we can play during this? I feel like I just
the
did.
Grammys is on.
I feel like. Wait, what about that?
Lainey Wilson.
What? Yeah, here we go. All right, next. Coaches. Pros for the coaches for the Eagles. They stopped talking trash to the fans during games. And they have Big Dom on the sideline. Cons. Sirianni looks like the kid in Elf when he wears a beanie.
He does. Fact.
Yes. I don't know why that's a con. Coaches for the Chiefs. Their coach is a better actor than their quarterback. I don't know why that's a pro, but it is. The coordinators want to stay because they stink when they leave. So that's a pro for the coaches. Con for the Chiefs coaches. They get shorter vacation times in the offseason. That really sucks for them. Hate it for them.
They can't spell Chiefs.
That's right. They can't. Also, I forgot to put cons. Kellen Moore's probably leaving, and this is an Andy Reid revenge game times 2. Anything you'd like to add to the coaches list?
Well, I don't know if it's pro or con, but Sirianni cries. He's emotional. Now, I guess it depends on who's singing the national anthem. Because Chris Stapleton made him cry.
That almost made me cry, I got to admit. Come on. That was Chris Stapleton. That was beautiful.
It is a con that we don't get to see Frozen Andy Reid mustache.
It's a con. It's a dome game.
Yes.
Also, I forgot what I was going to say. Maybe it'll come back to me. Next. What's next? Specialists. Woo-hoo-hoo. Think I was going to leave the specialists off? Yeah, right. Not this podcast. Pros for the Eagles. Inside of 50 yards, Jake Elliott is 6 for 6. Beyond, I don't know why I put the beyond. He's 0 for 1. That's not a pro at all.
No, but
Elliott is 75% on extra points, and he doinks a lot of goalposts on extra points. You can't do that against the Chiefs. That is a big con.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. For the specialist for the Chiefs, a pro, at least once a game, a return team will save the offense. Whether it's kick return or punt return, the Chiefs are always going to get something. They're going to block a kick, block something, bookmark this segment of the podcast, cut it out on your whatevers, and post it for later on your TikToks. The Chiefs will have a special teams something where they return or block a kick. It's going to happen. And the cons for the Chiefs specialist, somehow Harrison Butker lost all of his kicking apex on the height of his ball. He used to kick it pretty high.
No, he didn't.
Did he
He's
not?
always kicked it like that. Yeah,
No,
I
I
never
thought he had
really
a-
liked him as a kicker
Oh.
because he like
Scratch.
line drives. He has that overstride step. But bet I had last game for the NFC Championship was over 3.5 field goals in the game.
Yeah?
Elliott is averaging 7 points for playoff games. So he's kicking field goals.
Yes.
I'm gonna go if it's 3.5, I'm gonna look right now. I'm gonna go back to that. I bet
Under or
I
over?
go back to over total between the two teams.
Oh, between both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, over 3.5 for sure. Okay. Next up, defensive backs. Pros for the Eagles.
Yes.
Cooper DeJean, whatever, and Quinyon Mitchell, definitely pros. Cons, they're playing Travis Kelce. Kansas City's wearing white jerseys. Better have some white gloves on, Eagles DBs. Pros for the Chiefs, defensive backs. Spagnuolo, blitzing, and Chris Jones in Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chris Jones in Super Bowls sacks the quarterback like 4 times a game. So that makes it better. It's a pro for the defensive backs of the Chiefs. Con for the defensive back of the Chiefs. They can't guard guys in the playoffs wearing the number 13 and below. Because Nico Collins is number 12. He had almost 90 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Mac Hollins, number 13, had 90 or 70 some yards receiving. And guess what numbers the Eagles receivers wear? 11 and 6. That's a big time con for the Eagles. Anything to add to the defensive backs?
No.
Okay.
Total field goals made over 3.5 is plus 125.
Okay. Oh, people are going to grab this and be like, oh my God, these guys are idiots. Yes, we're idiots. Look at these graphics. It's a joke.
They asked
Linebacker.
if Tech made the graphics.
Yes, Tech's definitely made the graphics. Pros, Zach Bond everywhere. Definite pro. Con for the Eagles, Oren Burke's Super Bowl history. I'm here to tell you, Eagles fans, this dude sucks in pass coverage, and I watched it with my own 2 eyes last year as Mahomes went 13 for 13 with 120-some passer rating when he targeted, or 130-some passer rating when he targeted Oren Burks when Dre Greenlaw went out last year. Cut this too, because watch, they will absolutely annihilate this guy.
So you're saying Kelce over 6?
They're gonna have to put DeJean or whatever his name on him. That's the Eagles' plan, is to make sure DeJean follows Kelce wherever he goes. I bet they'll have Burks.
They run nickel. Like to run that nickel base.
When they go man coverage, it's going to be DeJean. But they also like to run zone, Vic Fangio. So linebackers.
I
don't know.
Eagles got playmakers up front, but Fangio's. Josh torches Fangio.
He's not done well against the Chiefs. Remember, he was the coach in Miami.
And the Broncos. He was defense coordinator for Broncos.
Yeah, he's like 1-6.
Oh, it's like they've seen him before. It's not like he's
The difference is he's got these playmakers. These guys are
He's got good guys up front.
And you can play man. Like the Chiefs receivers are not going to beat the Eagles DBs. I just don't believe it. So, for the linebackers for the Chiefs, Nick Bolton looks awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
totally agree.
I would say a pro here is, yes, Bolton looks awesome, but they tackle. You know, the Chiefs just in general, their whole defense is good tacklers. Like, you look at that, the third down play, and, I kind of criticized it a little bit initially that night it happened. The third down play before the 4th and 5 where Josh just threw it up. Josh checked to a screenplay to Amari Cooper in the flats.
It was man-to-man. They threw it into a blitz.
It was a perfect call.
Yes.
If he doesn't slip, he could take it to the house. But the way the Chiefs covered it, defensive lineman from behind tackle.
Karlaftis ran him down.
Yeah, they make plays and they tackle. They don't miss many tackles.
That's a good con. That or good pro. Good pro there. I like that. Con, Frankie Louvu ruined the linebackers versus tush push. That's con. So nobody can go over the top. They're going to be looking for that now.
I don't think the Chiefs need to go over the top after what they did to the Bills snowplow.
Well, I saw somebody came out and said, we know Josh likes to go left. They said if he'd gone right, we don't know what we would have done.
Yeah, he goes left every time. He's gone left every time for 5 years.
Zoolander. They said if he had gone right, he probably would have scored. I'm serious. That was a quote from one of their defenders.
Yeah.
Okay, defensive line. That was tripping me out. Lost our background music there. Pros for the Eagles. The Eagles, pros, defensive line. University of Georgia, that's it. Cons, stamina. Jordan Davis and that other guy, Jalen Carter, don't look like they got a lot of stamina. And I bet you that's what the Chiefs are going to try to do. I bet you they go no huddle. Try to hurry up.
RPOs.
I bet you they do. For the Chiefs, defensive line pros, they ruin every Super Bowl at a crucial down. That's just what they do. They will get a sack, and Jalen Hurts will fumble. And a con is that Jalen Hurts usually has 5 seconds to throw the football. He just doesn't really throw the football that well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ask Kilgore this. Does Chris Jones just decide to play whenever he wants to play? Because when he does, he's the best player on the field.
Yep.
But
so it just sucks that we have to sit there and watch them lollygag and take the regular season not serious. Then in the playoffs, Kelsey and Chris Jones were just like,
remember me?
So. Okay, moving to offense, pros for the Eagles, tight ends, pros. South Dakota State, usually good in championships. That's where Dallas Goedert went.
Yeah.
Cons, their tight ends are not dating a mega superstar. Could hurt them in the long run. Tight ends for the Chiefs, they lead in every receiving category, whether it's tight ends or receivers, doesn't matter. Cons, has to have a new catchphrase every game. He can't help himself. He's like a high school football coach. Gotta have an acronym or a catchphrase. So I'm sick of it. Anything to add?
Well, if you look at what the Eagles have done so far in the postseason, they gave up 1 million catches to Tyler Higbee. They gave up 1 million catches to Zach Ertz.
Oh gosh.
Chiefs have 3 tight ends, really.
No great game?
I'd look for big game out of the tight ends for the Chiefs.
That's a great point. Who's that? What's that go under? Pros, cons. Pros for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Okay. Offensive lineman. For the Eagles, pros. Great chemistry. Christmas album vocals. That's pro. That's a big
No
pro.
Jason Kelsey this year, who was a cancer last year.
But may come back if their centers can't play. They have a system center problem. Meaning you just plug and play center position. For the Chiefs, the pros, they never get called for a first false start. That's a pro. Good for them. And the cons for the Chiefs offensive linemen is they always the blame when things don't go right. Meaning if things go south, it's the line sucks and it's Patrick Mahomes has to work magic. It's always their fault. Anything on the big guys, on big skill?
No.
Okay. Wide receivers.
Creed Humphrey, pro name.
With arms wide open.
Yes, great name, Creed.
With arms wide open as they hold everybody, but nobody calls it. Pros, wide receivers, pros for the Eagles. Plenty of time for extracurricular activities because they like to read books on the sidelines.
Yes, good point.
Cons may not have to be used at all. Because if the Eagles have it their way, they're not going to throw the football ever.
Yes.
They're going to run the football right down your throat. Wide receivers for the Chiefs, pros, expectations are always low because that's all everybody tells them is that they suck and that they're no good. And the cons are no shot at winning the Super Bowl MVP.
Also true.
Anything to add here?
No. Wonder what the over-under is for catches for the Chiefs players.
D. McCormick said it was 1.5 for Hopkins.
I don't know that I would take that.
You know how they are. Andy Reid's going to scheme. There's some obscure guy is going to catch. He's catching a touchdown. Hopkins is catching a touchdown. There's no doubt about it.
What do you think, Tex?
Tex is here. Pros, cons, wide receivers. Thoughts?
Are we playing music in the background?
Yes. This is what all the big sports shows do when they do a segment. They play music in the background.
Okay. That wasn't the only one hearing it. Got it.
We turned it off.
All right.
This segment.
All right. Jim Rome. Jim Rome is burning. Got it. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Got it.
It sounded like a needed song. I was like, and here it is. Pros, cons. And I was just waiting for the background music. Okay, running backs.
All right.
Pros for the Eagles. Literally the greatest rebound season in history. The Giants look like idiots. Cons, there's no cons here. Saquon is
engaged.
He got engaged. No cons.
Yep. Window is about to close.
For who?
Eagles.
Oh.
My question was the having kids before marriage, though. Does that help save it?
The curse.
I don't know.
Because they have a couple kids.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
But do the research.
Also, it's usually quarterbacks. So it's only affects quarterbacks. It only affects quarterbacks.
Okay.
Okay.
You missed our
So maybe
Cowboys
the window's not
earlier.
closed.
You missed our Cowboys
you
roast
did?
earlier. Pros for the Chiefs running backs. They're very angry runners. Maybe the angriest runners in the NFL group collectively. Cons, they're also the slowest running backs in the groups in history.
Yes.
They look fast when they run because they're angry, but don't let that fool you. They're slow.
Well, they also just have so much, motion, whether it's his high knees or arms or what. Everything looks like it's moving faster. But yeah,
the camera can't keep up with all the pixelations that they're doing there. Anything else to add on the pros cons list of the running backs, Eagles, Chiefs?
no.
Last one. Quarterbacks. For the Eagles, pros, Jalen Hurts has had a great Super Bowl before. They lost. Yeah, he threw for like 300-something yards and he ran like 400 total yards of offense and like 4 touchdowns.
But he fumbled. He had a huge fumble.
He did. And the cons are, if he turns the ball over, he sucks. He stinks. So, and for the quarterbacks, pros for the Chiefs, he'll rip everyone's heart out except Kansas City fans. I don't know how that's a pro, but. And the cons are it's a Carson Wentz revenge game, and then we'll have to hear the GOAT debate for the next 7 months. That's what everybody will be talking about. Thirdly, DYLON did submit that the Eagles quarterbacks squats 8 kegs, and Mahomes looks like he has a keg around his waist. That was DYLON. So
if Patrick Mahomes goes out of the game for whatever reason, and Wentz comes in and wins the game,
oh yes,
does it count for his legacy as a win, or does it show that it's Andy Reid's system?
You're saying system quarterbacks. Is he going to be the greatest backup quarterback of all time? Because he would have led the Eagles to a Super Bowl and the Chiefs from on the bench. Is this
Was he
a
with the
legacy
Rams
game?
whenever they won it too?
Oh my God, was he?
Hang on.
We got to look that up. How many? Dude, that's a good question. Hold on.
I'm looking it up.
He's won one with the Eagles. Okay. I don't think he was with the Rams whenever they. That's a really good. That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Did he get traded?
That's all I have for the pros and cons list. Anything else to add, boys?
Oh.
Is that it?
No.
Okay, pros and cons are done. Before we move on, Tex, I want you to look at this Cowboys shambles meter. The Cowboys made the list, and this is why. Because Max Crosby said that he will be a champion someday. And somebody said, come to Dallas, a franchise that knows how to win. And then somebody community notes that person and said, the Cowboys do not know how to win. They have not won a championship since 1996 and haven't been to a championship game since then. So body bag to the Cowboys and all their fans. Shambles. Complete shambles. Without a doubt. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Let's get to the How Dare You segment, and I'll pull up the debate I wanted to do earlier.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you, sir? You're gross.
How dare you?
How dare you? But first, a debate. Here we go. I'm going to put this up on the screen. On your screen, you will see 4 squares.
Mm-hmm.
You can only keep one of these forever to eat with. The other 3, gone. A spoon, a knife, a fork, or a straw. Which one are you keeping, Tex?
I'm going to go with the spoon.
Bad choice.
Because you can sharpen the spoon and make it into a knife. You can scoop everything out that you need. And then you can pick everything up that you need. Like you can make the spoon into whatever you need. So I'm going with the spoon.
Counterpoint.
It can be molded. It was born in the darkness.
Yeah. Did the spoon or the fork come first?
The spoon was born in the darkness. So you can
question.
You can
if you're big spoon, you're behind. So that means second.
I thought about this a lot. I'm like, there's certain foods you cannot eat if you don't have a spoon.
But see, here's the thing:
like,
is the fork is what Tex is trying to describe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sharpened. The ends are sharpened. It still has a little cup space. I already use a fork 90% of the time. I mean, probably the only thing. There's probably 3 things I use a spoon for: soup,
ice cream,
and cereal. Other than that, I use a fork for everything else.
Cereal's bad for you, dude. You want me to blow your mind? You want me to blow your mind here right now?
With what?
About how bad cereal is for you?
Doesn't matter. I'm still going to eat it.
If you have 2 to 3 bowls, like big bowls, like fill your bowl up, 2 bowls of cereal, that is the equivalent of a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts in the amount of sugar.
That's awesome.
It's so bad for you. I did the math one day.
Good thing Cheerios saves my heart.
Nope. Don't. That's what everybody always says. What about Cheerios? I'm like, That's still cereal, and it's still bad for you. So shut up. You probably eat the Honey Nut Cheerios, don't you? Don't eat Cheerios. Get out of here. You are absolute full of garbage. Right
I really
now.
don't eat cereal. I really don't eat cereal hardly at all.
That when I saw that stat, I was like, I'm never eating cereal again, ever. Because you eat a bowl or two, that's like 12 Krispy Kreme donuts. The amount of sugar. It's insane.
But you eat donuts.
Not as much, not anymore. I do like donuts though.
I don't.
I'd rather have a donut. I'd rather have 2 donuts than have a bowl of cereal. Come to think of it.
I'd rather have a cereal than a donut.
No, cereals, they're out to get you. So which one are you? I would
Fork.
That's what I would think. I think the fork. I don't know.
Any person that picks a straw is a lunatic.
Yeah.
Yes, absolute psychopath.
Yeah, but think about that. If you can't, maybe we should change this. What do you keep? 1? Maybe you keep 2. Most people pick the spoon and the fork. I would go with the fork. You're not eating pasta if you just have just a spoon. There's no way. You can eat oatmeal with a fork. You can eat ice cream with a fork if you eat it fast enough.
Yeah.
Like you can do it all.
Well, I want you to do the math on how much sugar is in pasta.
I will. I'll do the math. That's why I don't.
Whenever your body converts it.
I agree. The only time I ever have pasta is pretty much whenever we're at our parents' house. In which case you have to have it. So I don't know. I think I'm going to put this out there and see what people think. But I think it's going to come down to the fork or the spoon.
Fork.
I think the fork's the way to go. But anyways, that's what I wanted to wait for. Okay.
Wait.
What?
We have to ask Tex a question.
What?
Who would win between a groundhog and a hedgehog?
Good question.
Oh, groundhog.
Was groundhog.
Groundhog.
Really?
100%.
Easily?
Oh, dude. It's a groundhog would just snap the thing's head off. Like if they were at a true fight, a big old giant groundhog, like a nice 10, 15 pounder would rip a hedgehog apart. A hedgehog's like this big, man. It's like this big. A groundhog's like 10, 15 pounds if you get a big one.
Have you ever seen Sonic? Sonic's a hedgehog.
Have you ever seen Phil?
Dude, Phil's not.
You ever seen a real hedgehog?
Dude, a groundhog scared of its shadow. Are you kidding me?
We had 6 more weeks of winter because of that scaredy cat.
Groundhog's
What's
not
a
doing
groundhog going to do?
poop.
What's a hedgehog going to do?
Run.
What's a
It's
hedgehog
going to
going
call its buddy. Its knuckles in shadow.
No,
What are rats going to do?
What do you mean what a rat's going to do? They're crazy. You ever seen a rat trying to escape from water?
You ever seen a hedgehog try to run from
Drowning?
a coyote?
You ever read the book 1984?
You know the weirdest thing I saw on this. I don't know why this came up on my feed. Probably because we were talking about rats. There was a torture trick that people used to use back in the medieval times, where they would put a rat on your stomach and cover it with like this metal tin thing, and then they would heat up the tin, and the rat would it would burrow. It would burrow into people's guts. That's disgusting. It's gross.
It's crazy.
But could you imagine if an eagle was trapped under there? Thing would. No chance. 50 eagles trapped in a tin underneath
how big would
pan.
How big would that ball have to be?
You'd be dead way before then, or a rat. Anyways.
Yep.
How dare you? Who wants to go first?
Let me see.
I got mine. I'm ready to go.
My how dare you goes to the NBA. How dare you for allowing this trade with Luka Doncic to go through and make another super team for the Lakers to get LeBron? It's a conspiracy, dude, to get LeBron.
Here you go.
His next title. Because that's what's going to do it, man. That's what's going to do it.
Well, you already missed our
crazy.
3 minutes of NBA
That to me
talk.
is crazy. That's an ultimate how dare you. I don't understand that, man. Like, how in the world?
Luka's out of shape, though, according to our insider.
Yeah, we have a source. We have an NBA source.
I think. Okay. I'm just saying. He was out of shape last year.
He's always that. Remember they took that beer from him after the game
Yeah.
when they made it to the finals? Guy walked by and took a beer. He's like, "Yeah, right, dude." Then we made this meme. That's the only reason we talked about NBA is because we made a sweet meme that went bacterial. People seem to like it. So practical jokers never fails.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
This league. And it happened at night. And then like J-Bi was saying, like the insider, like nobody believed him. Like everybody was seeing if that dude Shams Sharandia or whatever his name is got hacked. Because it just kind of blew up out of nowhere. Like I saw a report on Twitter. I'm like, what? That seems stupid.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how are they going to let this guy just go? I don't know. Maybe he's. I don't know. I understand that he causes lots of problems.
I think they're trying. What our inside source says, they're trying to win now, so they're getting somebody to help Kyrie, because him and Kyrie don't play well together.
Nobody plays well with anybody in the NBA because they all want to shoot the ball.
Well,
there's any good teammates.
My how dare you goes out to rivalries. And I say that because rivalries in college basketball are dead. Now, I haven't watched a lick of college basketball all season, so I don't know who's good and who's not good.
It's still football season.
But what I do know is that Duke, North Carolina is supposed to be the greatest rivalry ever.
In sports.
Yeah. They're always supposed to play each other close. Doesn't matter record. One team can have one win. One team can be undefeated. They're supposed to play each other close. Duke proceeded to beat North Carolina by 17 points yesterday. They were up by 22 at halftime. How dare you to rivalries being dead?
Have some pride.
And you can no longer call that the greatest rivalry in sports after losing by 22 points, 17 points.
Have some pride.
Yeah.
I agree. Speaking of rivalries, my how dare you goes out to this game. Really small picture. I don't know what happened to that. Super Mario Brothers Wonder on the Nintendo Switch. My son and I have already beat this game. We got it, I think, around Christmas. Who do you think you are, Nintendo Switch, for making a game that we can beat in a matter of months? Back in our day,
not even
when you had to play forever to even, you didn't even know where the end was.
No.
To Mario Brothers. When we got to the end of this thing, I thought there was going to be like a warp level to somewhere else. And I'm like, what is this? It's over? It took us a few months. That's it. I still haven't beaten the original Mario game. So how dare you get soft on us, Mario Brothers? I need this thing to be, you can't go buy extra lives and all this. You can't do that. You can go buy lives and do all this nonsense where it's, you know, everything's too easy. I want the game back. I need it ramped up. If there's a way that I'm missing this, Nintendo, reach out to us, sponsor the show. But I have had enough of this game. I just couldn't believe that it was over. Like, it only took us a few months. So, how dare you? We got to fix this. Can't be happening that easy. I'm not that good at this game. Can't be.
Apparently he is, though.
He might, yeah. My son might be, but geez Louise. I mean, it was fun to play with him. It was awesome. We'd play like every night for a little bit. But man, I couldn't believe it. It was like 6 levels. That was it. Crazy.
Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii was awesome. That was like an endless game.
It's very similar to that, but we beat this game. This is basically what it was. It was like Super Mario Brothers Galaxy, but I don't know what happened to it. I thought it was going to go on forever. It didn't.
Yeah, Galaxy goes on forever.
So I'm going to have to find another game that we can play like that together. That was my how dare you.
Madden.
Anything else on the how dare yous?
No.
All right. Last bit of news here. Rory McIlroy wins the Pro-Am, Pebble Beach. Wins it by 2 strokes. What?
I didn't know he did.
Yep, he did. Looked completely disinterested. Shane Lowry finished second. Lucas Glover third.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key for him, though.
Is he
to not
peaking
care
too
about-
early for the Masters?
Of course he is.
Oh, 100%.
Hmm.
He's
course
going
he
to care
is.
too much. He's going to care too much about it.
I think this was his first start of the year, though, so he's 1 for 1. Can he win all the events? It's time to ask the question. Can Rory McIlroy win all 60 events or whatever it is this year? That wouldn't make sense because there's only 52 weeks in a year.
Is he putting out a worse product for TGL to therefore win tournaments?
Is TGL the greatest training facility in golf?
Hmm.
You know, they have the biggest virtual wall in sports.
Is TGL taking it out of other players so therefore Rory can win?
Oh, yeah, like that. That's even better. Is TGL nerfing golf? Is it making him too desensitized to golf and the crowd? People are asking. Also, CBS idiots didn't even show the leaders shooting or playing playing the best par 3 in golf. I think it's number 7.
7, yeah.
Because they were showing the end of a basketball game. And shout out Novak. I think he got another top 10 or top 15. Novak's cooking, boys. And also shout out from this. Russell Henley had a quarterback warmer on the back of his hips, I think, on Saturday or Friday or Saturday. He had the old QB hand warmer. Football guy. Got to be. So. Well, I got nothing else, boys. Do you?
No.
I mean, we got a big guest on Wednesday, and Kilgore's coming. Former 49er, Dolphin, and Chief. And we're going to talk
Super Bowl.
Yep, 2-time Super Bowl
participant.
NFC, AFC champion.
Yes.
Champion. So, what do you think, guys? Tex, anything? I know you came in late. You got anything you want to say?
No, looking forward to the combine. Looking forward to the waste management. Looking forward to the waste management this week.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on the Senior Bowl?
I didn't watch any of it.
Jalen Milroe stunk.
I wasn't able to watch it.
Jalen Milroe was not good.
I had the kids. We were at a museum, a science museum, looking at exhibits of dinosaurs, a small aquarium, some exotic animals from Africa and Asia, and that's where I spent most of my Saturday. All 5 kids and me.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, let's hit some music on our way out here. This has been episode 205.
Hey.
We love football. Yeah, it's our passion.
Wait, you went in and out there. I don't know what just happened.
That's why
Go
we're
Bills.
cashing.
Go Niners. Check us out on all the